It is now time for the Q&A portion of the talk. If you didn't receive a piece of paper when you came in, please raise your hand and one of our staff would be happy to give you a piece of paper. I see your hand back there. Please write your questions on the paper and give them back to the staff and they will relay them up to me. Please refrain from raising your hand for questions during this portion of the talk. Okay, so we'll start with a couple questions kind of referring back to your life back home. First question, how big were each of your parents' kingdoms?
Yes, thank you for this question. And don't confuse, for example, the UK kingdom and my family kingdom. The UK kingdom has much money, rich, but in our country kingdom are from tribes. And we are from Suku tribe. We have around 400, 500 citizens. Yeah, it's not so big like the UK or other kingdom. But we are rich in the sense of people. When you have many people in your kingdom, it means you are rich. And people, what they give to the king, they don't give money. They give just products. And yeah, this is how big we are. Yeah, myself, I don't feel king because I have the Christianity background. Always my elder brother is a king now. Me and him always fighting because I have human rights approach. For me, this kind of kingdom, it must disappear. Okay, so people are not slaves. We have to stop this kind of practice. But he's conservative. He just want to keep, and me and him clash. Yeah.
How have things changed in the Congo since you were a child?
Sorry?
How have things changed back home since you were a child?
Things are changing, but in bad way, becoming worse. And you can follow nowadays about the war. Long time we have been explaining that in Congo War, you can find American Marines, black Marines. Because if they send white, people will know them. They send black Marines. We arrested them many. All the time, but you'll see American Embassy, just they call, okay, release that guy, release that group. Yeah, so change is going worse. But last week, Barack Obama decided, he called the Rwanda president, we want change in Congo. And suddenly, the rebellion group ran away. So since last week, no fighting. We don't know what will happen because this game happened all the time. We hope that they will end forever and peace will come. But for us, the guy who is in the head of the country must disappear. He must go back in Rwanda, his country, and then we go back to lead our country. Yeah.
Yeah. How is king defined in the Congo?
Oh, king is someone very special. In Congo, kings, they don't have this kind of Western clothes. We have our kingdom clothes. And when I'm passing here, all of you, you cannot look at to me when I'm passing. And when I'm eating, only my wife and my kids can see me eating. And king is, after God is king, and people must pay respect to him. And if you try, they kill you. But I didn't pass by this, okay? Because I'm a liberal one, and I don't want this kind of long time thing. Yeah, so king is a king. Right, like the UK king, like that, but UK king can go and people can see, you cannot shake my hand in Congo, but people were shaking mine, not me, but my elder brother.
Okay, thank you. What do you see for the future in terms of how Gwangju and Korea in general will address the rights of refugees?
About refugees, I think there is change. Because when I came to Korea in 2002, no law. it was only one NGO helping refugees. But now, after Pinanjo, which is the biggest refugee NGO for refugees, I have been in founding many NGOs. Now we have 10. All I have been one of. So for me, make many NGOs for refugees, and in Gwangju also next month, the new one will be born. And in the case of law, there was no law. But last year, the Korean Minister of Justice and the Parliament, they made a law for refugees, separate law, especially for refugees. And this is the first time in Asia, only Korea, which made a separate bill for refugees. This, I think, improvement. And the change is that they build a shelter, they can support, they can give food for refugees, they can give clothes, they can go to hospital, and yeah, this change. And I'm very lucky that God helped me to lobby, to make this kind of lobbying Korean government. I'm there. I met the Korean Minister of Justice last time, from Obu Changwon. And I told him, please, if you tell me you are a minister, I will not tell you what I think. Just let me consider you as my elder brother, Hyung. Okay? And he agreed with me, okay, I'm your Hyung. And then I start to explain him, this. And I'm very happy that he promised to change, and he's changing. Yeah, so next time, I think, you can see many refugees here talk with you. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, this question's getting into your career now. What do you teach at your university? Did you have any teaching experience before? And how do you like teaching?
Yeah, I like speaking. This is the first point. I like speaking. I teach human rights, global human rights, and forced migration. This many people will not understand. Forced migration, inside we have refugees, we have IDPs, internally displaced persons, we have asylum seekers. Yeah, this is forced migration. Forced migration means people who has been forced to leave their country, not because they want, but because they have to. Fighting, like last time you saw in Japan, Chichin. Oh, we cannot live here. From Fukushima area, they run away to other area. Refugees like myself and IDPs, yeah, this is forced migration. I have 2 subjects for this time, and I will have also some subject about intelligence, and this will be for law school students. Yeah, so I like teaching, and I enjoy my class. My students, they enjoy it, because I was among the people who got many students. I have around 200 students, too many. Yeah, so I like it, and I love them. Yeah.
Great. This next question, was it actually a plan for you to immigrate to North Korea? Was South Korea by chance a mistake? If so, have you regretted this? And what would you think if you lived in North Korea?
Thank you so much. But let me come back about the last question. I forgot to give the answer. I have the teaching experience since 2009. My living was special lectures in many universities, so national universities, Yonsei, Korea University, Iowa University. So I was having special lecture, and this helped me to live with my family. Yeah, so to go to North Korea, I didn't intend to go to North Korea. As I say, for me, when I saw Korea, okay, this is a country. My problem was to move from China to another country. What will happen there, I don't know. Let's move first out from China. And when I saw Korea, I know, long time ago, North Korea has, we got army training from North Korean officers, and we got also the North Korean intelligence officers. In Congo, long time Zaire, we got North Korean intelligence officer was training our intelligence officers. At that time, I was a college student. So I didn't have any any interest to go to North Korea. My problem was to move from China. And if I went to North Korea, I could not stay there because North Korea doesn't sign the Geneva Convention for Refugees. So to go to a country and to live as a refugee, that country must sign the Geneva Convention for Refugees. So Korea signed it in 1993. They signed it. So good luck. I came here to meet you guys.
Okay. We'll just have a couple more questions due to time. Have you met any other refugees accepted to Korea? How did they adjust?
All the refugees in Korea, they know me. All of them. Yes, all of them, they know me because I'm the representative. I represent them, not only Korean refugees, Asia Pacific refugees. All Asia countries, New Zealand and Australia. And I meet them, but there is problem, you know. Most countries like Korea, Hong Kong, Japan, refugees are struggling, especially ladies. Imagine if a lady comes in this country, no food, no house, no clothes, no money, nothing. What this lady will do? Prostitution. This is what they are doing. Because they have to live. They are human beings. They have to live. Men, no problem, I can go to the PC room and sleep there. But when you see a lady every day sleeping in a PC room, what will you think about that lady? No serious. But refugees, ladies, they are living like that. They are moving from man to man. Every time, this month, this guy. And if this guy is broken, no money, she run away to another guy. Every time. Why? Because they have to live. And I'm always advocating for ladies to be supported. Ladies and children. We guys, no problem, I can fight by myself. But ladies, no, children, no. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get to our last question of the day. I apologize for not having enough time to answer all of the questions. Please feel free to ask your questions after the talk is over. Final question, do you think your country is free from civil war?
My country is not free yet. It's not free yet. The first point, the one leading the Congo must go away to get freedom. They must go away. And then, when we see that the Congo is led by Congolese, we can try to talk between us, what is the problem, and get freedom. But as the guy, the group is still there, I think, even though they stop fighting, but if they stop fighting, those companies, they have to stop also. All companies, they are there. Yeah, so everybody must move out. And then we talk. Business, 50-50. Don't come give us $1 to get our content. No, 50-50. And we need the really cooperation, not exploitation. Yeah. So, thank you so much. If you have a question outside, we can talk and we can discuss between friends. May I get those questions?
Oh, sure, yeah. There are lots of questions for you. There you go. So that concludes the Q&A portion of our talk. Let's please give our speaker one more round of applause.
Thank you very much, Ms. Thona, for such a wonderful speech. I know that you all loved hearing from you today. As a token of appreciation, we prepared a small gift for you, which will be presented by Dr. Shin Kyung-gu.
Even though Audrey cut short our Q&A session because of the lack of time, so making the most of my privilege as a presenter of this letter of appreciation, I want you to answer one more question. When did you start your language, English? How many years ago?
It was in 2003 because I came in 2002 because of interview in the Ministry of Justice. I decided to learn, and I didn't go to school. Just I bought my CDs, I bought books, I became crazy. All the time listening to CDs and yeah, so I didn't go to school to learn my English. That's why still my English is Ponglish. Yeah.
So when did you start learning Korean?
Korean also moving around, meeting friends, talking, and yeah. And I didn't have opportunity to go to school to study any language because I'm extremely busy. Because when I go to factory, I'm very tired, and on weekends, Saturday and Sunday, I have my country mission because every Saturday, every Sunday, I'm on Congo radios giving my speech, and I have to prepare. I'm too busy. So my language is meeting friends, Korean language, to meet you guys in factories. Yeah, I didn't go to school.
So why don't you show us your level of Korean language skills?
아니요, 지난번에 제가 깐 게 한국말로 했었어요.
Thank you very much for your inspiring talk and then your wonderful achievement as an activist for your country and then your language skills as well.
Thank you so much.
Hope you have a very good luck personally for you and then Congo as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Letter of appreciation to Mr. Yiombi Thona. We'd like to thank you for your outstanding support to Gwangju citizens as a guest speaker to GIC talk on November 9, 2013. Again, good luck for your...
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless you.
Did you all enjoy the talk today?
Yes.
I hope you did. For next week, we'll have a talk entitled Good News from Indonesia by Farmahanti Wijajartia. He always feels that it's her responsibility as an Indonesian to promote the country to the world. So he's going to tell us about the beauties of Indonesia. If you want to know more about her story, please join us next Saturday at 3. After this talk, there will be a discussion group for dealing with stress and anxiety from 4:30 to 6. And also the Jalanando Speakers and Readers Club at 4:30. So if you'd like to participate, please remain here till that time. And we'll be selling discounted books. My name is Yiombi. If you would like your book signed, you can get it directly from speaker. Thank you again for coming today, and I hope to see you all next Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you.